Bonjour, Kinamagin in Ireland Dishnikas, and welcome to this mystery science presentation. Today's presentation, the Spaceship Earth Mystery 6 Extensions. These extensions are found within the page for our mystery science. You can see them over on the side, and these will be posted within the Google Classroom. There's a reading that we're going to look at first, and I'll read it out loud here. And it's called A Simple Invention That Changed the World by Mira Delacia. 400 years ago, Galileo Galilei was a math professor in Italy. He changed the world with a simple invention called the optic tube, or telescope. His simple vision of what we now call the telescope was built out of two lenses inside a tube, which allowed him to see 10 times farther than with his naked eye. While not very powerful compared to telescopes today, it was considered amazing during the 1600s, when the best telescope could only let you see twice as far. This allowed him to see things that nobody had seen before. What most people don't know is the professor had not created the instrument to look up into the skies. He was making it as a way to earn more money by selling it to the authorities as a spyglass to track pirates who were hijacking their trade ships. But when Galileo pointed his invention up to the skies, he made some amazing discoveries. And most importantly, he provided evidence that all planets revolved around the sun using his telescope. However, these discoveries brought the brilliant mathematician very little fame or money. That is because the leaders of the Catholic Church were not ready to accept such ideas. He was warned to stop spreading his views around. When Galileo continued his research, he was placed under house arrest. This is how he spent the rest of his life, until he passed away in 1642. Today, the Italian is known as a genius and the father of modern observational astronomy. So what else do we have for us? We have the reading that we just did. There are ELA activities, a way to remember your planets. My very educated mother just served us nachos. Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune. It's a way to remember. We have some activities, and these will be posted here. First one is your age and weight on other worlds. So you click on here, and let's use my birth date. I'm going to calculate. On Earth, I'm old. On Mercury, I'm 179. I feel like that some days. On Venus, I'm 70. Mars, I'm a young 22. I think I'm going to use my Martian age on Earth when I talk with you. I'm only a little under 4 in Jovian or years on Jupiter. Saturn, not yet into my terrible twos. In Uranus, I'm a half a year old. In Neptune, I'm only a quarter year old. And on Pluto, someone is definitely still changing my diaper. So that's one thing you can research, and you can see the periods that help us figure out the math there. And there's other research you can do on that page. Weight on other planets. Let's round. Let's pick a number. Nobody really wants to know. So let's say if I was 200 pounds, I can calculate it that on Mercury, I'm 75 pounds. On Venus, I'm 181, so maybe I'll move there. Sounds a little better. On the moon, I'm only 33 pounds. That means the gravity of the moon is less than the gravity of Earth. And that's really what these come down to. Weight is a measure of mass and gravity. So for me, at 200 pounds on Earth, if I go to a larger planet like Jupiter with a much stronger gravitational pull, I'm 500 pounds. Yikes. On Saturn, pretty similar. On Neptune, 225. It's an interesting thing, and I encourage you to try that out. We've already watched the video here, and there's a distance learning activity that is probably better suited in the summer as well. Finding land not covered in snow, slush, or slop is a problem. But you could use chalk on a sidewalk. And you'll need 30 yards of sidewalk or 90 feet. Draw a line to mark your starting point. That's the surface of the sun. Take one step to Mercury and mark your place. One more to Venus. One more to Earth. One more and a baby step and you're at Mars. Then 10 steps to Jupiter. 15 to Saturn. 30 to Uranus. And 30 to Neptune. And that would kind of give you an idea of how the planets are spaced out in our solar system. And I know that in some communities you will see signs that with this exact activity. I know that in my hometown, the planetarium marks the Earth, and Pluto is in the next county over. Literally, it's at the library in Midland. So you can kind of create these. You can create them on a much smaller scale as well. You could do it on a sheet of paper. The key is finding the relationship between the different spots in the solar system. So I'm going to encourage you to go into our Google Classroom and check out a couple of these links. It's a quick exploration. After you've watched this video, a little bit of fun. There is no written assignment with it. Have a minagija God. Minwa. Mama P.